Good morning students. In the previous session we have seen the structure and functions of nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum that is ER and Golgi complex. Now we will start with the next that is lysosomes. So we will see the structure and then we will start with the functions. Lysosomes, due to various metabolic activities in the cell, organic waste is generated. Due to various metabolic activities means the chemical reactions which occurs in living organism to sustain their life. So during this metabolic activities, during this chemical reaction, the organic waste is generated. Yes, and the lysosomes digest the waste. So what is the function? The lysosome digests the organic waste which is formed or which is generated during metabolic activities. Then lysosomes are simple single membrane bound sacs and they are filled with digestive enzymes. So this is the structure of lysosome. Lysosomes are simple single membrane bound sacs and they are filled with digestive enzymes. So this is about structure of lysosomes. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. So in lysosome, what is the structure of lysosome? Lysosomes are simple single membrane bound sacs and they are filled with digestive enzymes. Yes, and the lysosomes digest the waste which is generated during metabolic activities. Now we will start with the functions of lysosomes. Now first function is immune system. It destroys viruses and bacteria that attack the cell. Means what? Eventually when it destroys viruses and bacteria that attack the cell means it will increase the immune system. Yes, why? How it will increase the immune system? By destroying the viruses and the bacteria which are harmful for the cell. Now the second one is demolition squad. Demolition squad means destroying something. So it is destroys worn out cellular organelles. Worn out means the old or the damaged cells or the tissues. So it will destroy. Worn out means the damaged or the old tissues or the cells, and organic debris. Organic debris means the animal waste like feces, then urine, blood, etc. And it is also in the bracket, as you can see here, autolysis. Yes, autolysis means the process of demolishing or destroying the old and the damaged cells or the tissues. So that is called as autolysis. So this is the second function. I hope you are clear with the first and second function. First function is immune system. It will increase or it will help to create or it will help to improve the immune system. How? Because it will destroy the viruses and the bacteria which are harmful for the cell. Then second one is demolition squad. It acts as a demolition squad. It destroyed the old and the damaged tissues or the cells, and the organic debris or the organic waste or the animal waste like urine, then blood and feces, etc. Now the third one is suicide bags. It acts as a suicide bags. When a cell becomes old or damaged, lysosomes burst and enzymes digest their own cells. So it acts as a suicide bags. When a cell becomes old or is damaged, lysosomes, it will get burst and enzymes digest their own cells, and the enzymes which are present in the lysosomes, they will digest their own cells which are old and damaged. Okay, so it acts as a suicide bags. Now the fourth one is during starvation, lysosomes digest the stored protein, fats, etc. So during the starvation, lysosomes digest the stored protein and the fats which are available in the cell. Okay, so this is about functions of lysosomes. The first function is immune system. It will increase the immune system by destroying the viruses and bacteria which are harmful for the cell. Then the second one is demolition squad. It acts as a demolition squad means it will destroy the old or the damaged cells or the tissues. That is also called as autolysis. Then suicide bags. It will act as a suicide bags because when the cell becomes old or it is damaged, then lysosome will burst and enzymes digest their own cells. And the last one, that is during starvation, lysosomes digest the stored proteins and fats. Now we will start with the next. Okay, before that we will see the structure of lysosome. So as you can see here, this is the structure of lysosome. As we have seen, What is the structure? The lysosome is a simple and single membrane. So as you can see here, this is single membrane. Okay, so this is the structure of lysosome, and this is enzyme complex. Yes, it is stored with the digestive enzymes. Now we'll start with the next one, that is mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria is also called as powerhouse of the cell. Each cell requires energy, and this energy is produced in the mitochondria. Each cell requires energy, and this energy is produced in the mitochondria. So mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. Under the electron microscope, a mitochondrion is seen as a double membrane structure. So it is seen under a electron microscope. It is a double membrane structure. So mitochondria, each cell requires energy, and this energy is produced in the mitochondria. So cell gets its energy from mitochondria. Mitochondria is also called as powerhouse of the cell. It is a double membrane structure, and it is seen only with the electron microscope. Now we will see the functions of mitochondria. Okay, before that, the outer membrane is porous, means it is having a small or the minute openings, and the inner membrane is deeply folded. The outer membrane, as we have seen, the mitochondria is double membrane. So the outer membrane is porous, it is having a minute openings, and the inner membrane is deeply folded. These folds are called cristae. The inner cavity is filled with protein gel like matrix containing ribosomes, phosphate granules and DNA. Therefore, it can produce its own proteins. So, as it is double membrane, the outer membrane is porous and the inner membrane is deeply folded. And these folds are called as cristae. The inner cavity is filled with protein gel like matrix containing ribosomes, phosphate granules and DNA. Therefore, it can produce its own proteins. With the help of enzymes, mitochondria oxidize carbohydrates and fats in the cell. With the help of enzymes, mitochondria oxidize, it is chemically react with the oxygen and the carbohydrates and fats in the cell. So, the carbohydrates and fats in the cell, they get oxidized with the help of enzymes. The energy released in this process is stored in the mitochondria, and during this oxidization, the energy which is released in this process is stored in the mitochondria in the form of ATP. As you can see here, ATP means adenosine triphosphate. What is the full form of ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. So, during this oxidization, the energy which is released, it is stored in the mitochondria in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Plant cells have less mitochondria than animal cells. Plant cells have less mitochondria than animal cells. Means animal cells are having more mitochondria than plant cells. Now we will start with the functions of mitochondria. Now these are the functions of mitochondria. The first one is to produce the energy. Yes, in the starting only we have seen it is called as powerhouse of the cell. Means it produces energy. So, to produce energy rich compound, that is ATP. What it produces? It produces ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Yes, to produce energy rich compound ATP. So, this is the function of mitochondria. Now, the second function is synthesis of proteins. Formation of proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, etc. by using the energy in ATP. Yes, so these are the two functions of mitochondria. The first one is to produce energy rich compound, that is ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and the second one is synthesis of proteins, carbohydrate, lipids, etc. means formation of proteins, carbohydrates and lipids, etc. by using the energy which is produced in ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. So these are the functions of mitochondria. So till now we have seen the structure and functions of lysosomes and mitochondria. Yes, as you can see here, this is the structure of mitochondria. This is cristae, the inner folds. As you can see here, this is the inner folds and this is outer membrane. Okay, as it is double membrane structure we have seen. So this is the outer membrane and this is inner membrane. It is folded. It is having folded like structure. This is called as cristae. And the matrix, as you can see here, this is matrix. Okay, now we'll start with the next, that is Vacuoles. Vacuoles are the storage sacs for solid and liquid contents. Vacuoles are the storage sacs for solid or liquid contents. They don't have any typical shape or size. So vacuoles do not have any typical shape or size, and they are the storage sacs for the solid or the liquid contents. The structure of the vacuole changes according to the need of the cell. It do not have any particular type of shape or size. Its shape, it changes according to the need of the cell. Vacuole is bound by single membrane, and it is a single membrane structure. It is having a single membrane structure. So this is about vacuole. Vacuoles are the storage sacs for solid or the liquid contents. They do not have any particular shape or size. The structure of the vacuole changes according to the need of the cell, and vacuole is bound by single membrane. It is a single membrane structure. Now these are the functions of vacuoles. The first one, to maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell. To maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell. Then the second one is to store metabolic byproducts and end products like glycogen, proteins, water, etc. Third one is, in animal cell they store waste products and food, while in amoeba it stores food before digestion. And the fourth one is, in plant cell vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide turgidity, rigidity to them. Now each one we will study in detail. These are the functions of vacuoles. The first one to maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell. Osmotic pressure means the pressure applied to the solution to stop the fluid movement. Osmotic pressure means the pressure which is applied to the solution to stop its fluid movement. Okay. So this is the first function, to maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell. The second one is to store metabolic byproducts. During the metabolic activities, the byproducts or the end products which are formed like glycogen, proteins, water, etc. So it will store in vacuoles. Now the third one is, in animal cell they store waste products and food. In the animal cell the function of vacuole is to store the waste products and food, while in amoeba it is stored food before digestion, but in amoeba it stores food before digestion. So this is the third function. And the fourth one is, in plant cell vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide turgidity, rigidity to them. Fourth one, in plant cell vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide turgidity and rigidity to them. So in the plant cell it looks like swallow and it gives steepness as it is turgid and rigid. So this is about functions of vacuoles. I hope you are clear till here. So we have seen the structure and functions. First function is, it maintains osmotic pressure. Then it will store all the end products or the byproducts which are formed during metabolic activities like glycogen, protein, water, etc. Then the third one is, in animal cell they store the waste products and the food, while in amoeba it stores food before digestion. And the last one is, in plant cell the vacuoles are full of cell sap and it provides turgidity and rigidity to them. Okay. Now this is the structure of vacuole. Just now we have seen it is single membrane. So this is the structure of vacuole. I hope you are clear till here. So what we have learned today, we have seen the structure and functions of lysosomes, mitochondria and vacuoles. So today we will stop till here. In the next session we will start with the next concept. Thank you so much.